Hello and welcome to Always Elite. Today we're going to review AEW Dynamite from July 22nd, 2020. Starts right off with the AEW TNT Championship match. It is now a no DQ match. It is Cody versus Eddie Kingston. Now if you don't know who Eddie Kingston is, go back and watch Impact about 2 years ago. He was the leader of LAX after Conan left. Doesn't take long to go to the outside. Goes back and forth for a good chunk of this match. Turned into a slugfest late. Kingston pulls out a huge bag of tacks. I mean, ginormous. And Cody gets powerbombed right through those tacks. It looked awful. But in the end, Cody wins with a figure four leg lock. But Cody doesn't let go of it right away. Is Cody slowly turning heel? I think the moment he loses that title, he's going to go full bore heel on this one. He's going to turn and become the American Nightmare. Then John Moxley says that he does what he says he's going to do. It says Taz is a manager of the year for throwing in the towel at Fight for the Fallen, which is pretty funny. Next is MJF versus a local talent, Griff Garrison. MJF makes fun of him. Garrison said that MJF lost at Fyter Fest. MJF cheap shots him and beats Griff throughout the break. Coming out of the break, MJF grabs the mic and says, "I never lost," and forces Griff to say that MJF is undefeated. And when he does, he just gives him a beat down and then a hanging net breaker and gets the win. Then Britt Baker is in the back and she says she is the role model. And rule number 4 is never count out the role model. So don't count out me at All Out, which means that's the time frame she's planning on coming back. Then Taz comes out with Cage. Taz says the reason that he threw in the towel is that it was a business decision and he didn't want Cage to be injured and put on the shelf again for a long time. Darby Allin comes out, but Ricky Starks attacks him from behind. Cage and Starks beat on Darby for a bit, and Moxley comes out to save Darby. Could this be a tag team match coming up soon? Then Chris Jericho says in the backstage segment that his jacket used to be white. Says he's going to end Orange Cassidy and his career. They're going to beat up on Jurassic Express, and Luchasaurus is going to become extinct. Next is the Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade in a Falls Count Anywhere match, and it starts in the kitchen of the arena they're in, which favors the Butcher and the Blade early in the match, obviously. The match is just complete chaos, the whole thing. This match just went everywhere. It went from the kitchen to the concourse to concession stands and finally gets into the ring. This match was nuts. Back and forth on the outside. When it gets in the ring, the Young Bucks try to gain the advantage, but Butcher is just too damn strong. Young Bucks end it with a huge flying elbow and I guess off the stage piece that's set up on the ramp. Right through Butcher and Blade that are stacked on tables. They get the 1, 2, 3. Alex Marvez talks to Jake and Archer and asks why they weren't at Fight for the Fallen. Archer just beats up on 4 people in the locker room and says that when I'm ready, everybody dies. Then it's Diamante versus Ivelisse. Ivelisse is amazing. Go watch her in Lucha Underground. She was a great wrestler, and she still is. After a quick fury from Diamante, Ivelisse just beats up on Diamante. Diamante wins with a quick roll-up and pins Ivelisse. That was so quick that it even surprised me. Next, it's number 5 of the Dark Order versus Hangman Page. Starts off with a chop fest. Paige wins that battle. After a few minutes, the rest of the Dark Order comes out to distract Paige, which works. The 5 is just beating Paige throughout the break. In the end, a huge power bomb by Paige, and Paige pins number 5. After the match, Paige challenges all the Dark Order to enter the ring. Cody Lee comes out and says that he's impressed with Paige and offers him a spot in the Dark Order. Paige responds and says no. Dark Order gets in the ring and proceeds to beat Paige up. FTR and Omega come out and chase the Dark Order off. Could Paige be joining the Dark Order as a third member? Or I'm sorry, not Dark Order. FTR is a third member. Because last week they were hanging out together at the bar. So this could be Paige's way out of the Elite. Then it's the main event. It's Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Fujisaurus and Jungle Boy. Jericho starts off fast with a cheap shot on Jungle Boy. Hager and Luchasaurus get in the ring, and it's just a slugfest between the two monsters. Going through the break, Jericho takes out Jungle Boy and just punishes him throughout the break. Jungle Boy has been in the ring for a very long time throughout the break and probably 5 to 8 minutes after that. So you have to say probably about 10 minutes or so. Luchasaurus gets the hot tag and cleans house. Serpentico hits Luchasaurus with a bat. Jericho with a code breaker and a pin for the win. After the match, Serpentico gets into the ring, unmasks himself, and it's the returning Sammy Guevara. Now, he's very controversial right now because of the speaking out movement, but I don't know if AEW has cleared him or not. So this might be their way of clearing him. They all beat up on Jurassic Express. Orange Cassidy and Best Friends come out to chase off the Inner Circle. That's how they went off the air. What'd you think of the show? Leave a comment down there in the comments. Tell me how you felt about the show. And until next time, always be elite.